Oh, that's water. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video on the T5, which is not here. But we've got a nice empty workshop and loads of leaves that keep blowing straight back in. It's a pain in the bum. Anyway, we need to diagnose this water leak, see where the source is, where we think on a very quick inspection, sorry, got to get in some light, that the water is going into the sump via some route. So let's have a look at that. We're going to do some testing and having a look and things like that. But first of all, we need to get it in here. Now, we've had Vinny in here, the Vivaro, and it's sort of, we managed to get the front to go in there, and then we had to use trolleys to get the back in, and it never really was in here properly, but it's a long wheelbase. This is a short wheelbase fan, so I'm hoping, touch wood, we can get it in here. But I think the T5 is about 5 meters long. I think, roughly, paces. But from there to there is also 5 meters. It could be a challenge. So I'm going to stick you on the GoPro. No, you are the GoPro. I'm going to stick you on a tripod and try and get it in here. If any calamities happen, we'll catch it on camera. If it just slides in here, not a problem, I won't even bother. So anyway, let's get the T5 in the workshop. It is in! And I've got to get everything else back in yet, but it's in. That was a bit easier than the Vivaro actually. I do hate this door. Listen to this. That should not be like that. But that's not what we're worried about. I wasn't even pointing you at me. That's not what we're worried about at the moment. We got to sort out this water leak. So let's get all the rest of the stuff back in the workshop. I might move the van back a little bit more, give us a bit of room, and let's dig in. The van's been stood here for a while, so let's have a look at this oil level and see. Yeah, I can see that's high. I'll give it a wipe off and drag it through again, but yeah, that's high. Yeah, see, oil level. It's up on the ball. It should be all the way down there. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to drain some oil from the sump and see if there's some water in it. Let's put that back in and then move on to the next thing. We know the previous owner said they'd had a pressure test done and they didn't get any leaks. So I'm going to mess myself. But we're going to check that. We've got this little kit, which is a coolant pressure test kit. Basically, you take the cap off. Take that cap. Oh, you take that cap off. I will when it's stiff, but there we go. And we stick one of these in, and that screws on and seals on top of there. And then we pump it up with this little handy dandy pump. To basically, I just put it on top of green. And then we leave it and see if the pressure drops. It's quite likely that it will. Seems it looks like we've got oil in the water in the sump. But we'll check it. We'll just check everything we can. So yeah, I'm going to set this up. And I'll show you once it's all pumped up. Because basically, just got to plug that thing in there. Pump it up. And then we'll check it in a while. So I'll do that. I mean, oh, by the way, this kit I only got, it was only a cheapie. I got this one from, I can't remember if it was Amazon or eBay, but it wasn't an expensive kit. and I've used it a few times and friends have used it, so worth having. I'll set it up, I'll stop waffling, I'll set it up and show you what it looks like when it's pressurised. And here it is, all set up. Try not to wash the light out, so there we are, with the top of green. And that's the adapter, and I just pumped it up using the little hand pump. Let's, I think we need to get this up in the air, get that under tray off, and we'll check the sump as well. But while we're doing that, we'll leave that, okay? And I'll come back to you and show you what's happened in a little bit. So just looking at the under tray, and it looks like 6 M8 bolts, 13mm headed, so let's whip them off. So it's a 19mm. Let's see what we get out of it. Not too bad. Like I said, I don't want to let it all out because I ain't got anything to replace it with. We just want to see if there's water in there. What do you reckon? It's a long old thread. Oh, that's water. Definitely. Now this has been sat for a little while, not run, so water and oil should have separated. Plenty of water. Hope I'm not splashing you. I can't see anything because I'm blinded now. So it's starting to be oil now. Nope, still water. We're getting oil now. Yeah, that's oil. So there was some in there. It's not horrendous though, was it? I've seen a lot worse. Let's do this up and I'll show you in the bowl in a sec. Bear with. Right, let's see. That's dingle dangling, that is. There's not actually that much oil in there, that's a lot of water. See it? So there's probably more water in there. But definitely water in the sump. Let's see what the pressure's done. It's been about 20 minutes. And what have we dropped there? 2.5 psi, round about that. So, well, not being funny, we're losing it somewhere, and 20 minutes is not long of a drive, is it? So we are losing water somewhere, and it looks like it's going in that oil at the moment. Looking at the under tray, sorry, I'll flash your light. It's a bit oily, but not too bad really. I mean, it's done a lot of miles, 180,000, it's going to be oil in it. Anyway, what's next? I'm going to have a look around while there's pressure on there, see if there's any obvious leaks where it might be. I want to also try and find the water pump. I think it's at the back. So we'll have a look at that and catch up with you in a minute. Right, we're going under. I'm on my crawler, so it sounds horrible. But at the back of the engine, up there, oh sorry, I'll show you this first. That is the little pipe, that one there is a telltale if we're leaking from the water pump, and the water pump itself is in behind this area. Really hard to show you actually. Let's see if I can get the light to stay somewhere. So that's the top of that pipe there, goes into, looks like a banjo fitting. So that, if there's water getting in between or passing the pump, the water should come out through here. So this is the oil side of the pump, that's the water side of the pump, and this is like an interspace. So I'm just going to see if I can pull that off. Now is that dry? That looks dry to me. And there's a tiny little hole in that, in the side. There, can you just see that bit? I'll try and get you closer. I don't know. That's it there, I think. No, there. Fingers on it. So I'm hoping you can see, but there, I'm going to see if I can stick something down in that. Make sure it's not blocked up. Well, I've just prodded it in a bit further, and I'm hoping you can see. You see what I can see? There's water dripping out of it. Now I haven't managed to push that in very far, but that means the void in behind has water in it. So I think we need to take that fitting, whatever it is, off and make sure it's properly clean. Can you see that now? Yep, there's water dripping out. Not a lot, but that little wire didn't go in that far, so see it now? Proper dripping. Yep, there's water in that interspace. So that's, I'd say the water pump is done, because there shouldn't be water in there. I think we need to get that fitting off, clean it properly, have a look in behind. So here we go, about 30 minutes later, we're still dripping, and it's surprising, see, the pressure hasn't dropped that much. So, well, it's still dropped, but yeah, so we are emptying that into space. There shouldn't be water in there. Right, I've had to undo the dipstick tube and push it to one side, which was just an Allen key up high here. And oh, I've got straight on it. I can't really see. I'm using the camera, the footage, to try and get on it. That's got it. Yay! Right, there's the hole. I'm sorry, everything got covered in water, like as well as me. I'll show you the fitting now as well. Oh, I'm getting well dripped on there. Let's have a look. And if you do like what we do in here and find it useful, please give us a thumbs up. Here is the fitting. I think we can safely say that that is pretty well blocked up. So we'll give that a clean out. And this is helping us with our problem. I just noticed this is a banjo fitting, that's why it won't go through. Let's see if we can just get that off. Oh, look. So, yeah, look. That's full of crud. What a bad design. Right. Right, I'm going to give this a proper clean up, and then we'll see you in a second. So here it is, all cleaned up, banjo fitting. And, you know, it's cleaned up okay. A bit of corrosion in there. Threads are good though, and the sealing faces are all good, but the hole is tiny, really. See how small that is? It's tiny. Don't know if you can see it through there, but yeah. So not brilliant design, I'd say. It looks very liable to block up. But anyway, there we go. That's it. Cleaned up. That's what it looks like. So I've printed out a couple of pictures. This is a picture of the back of someone else's engine, and this is the weep hole here that we're talking about. That is that fitting, and you can see the dipstick on theirs wasn't in the way, luckily. That's right. And then this is a drain hole for the housing. And then the other picture I've got is actually showing the pump assembly. This is obviously the engine and the casting. This is the oil side. This is the water side. I got that wrong earlier in the video. But ultimately we got two seals, static seals, one here, one here. So that keeps the oil in this side and that keeps the water in this side. And then there's going to be seals on the shaft here and in behind the impeller. So that'll keep oil on this side and that'll keep water on this side. If any of these on this side fail, they'll allow water into this interspace here. So that interspace lines up, cool, got dirt on here, with the drain plug hole, which is here. So that is there. It's out of scale, obviously. So any water gets past here or the seals, goes into the interspace and then drains out here into this, and then it should come out through that tube at the very bottom. So then you know, if the water's dripping out of the interspace tube or the telltale, that you pump stuff. Ours was blocked, absolutely block solid, so we didn't know. I hope that makes sense. So we're still getting the odd drip underneath there. I think it will be dripping for a while. We've taken the pressure off anyway, but it's still dripping. So obviously that water pump was absolutely shot. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Look us up on Instagram, Larcs_workshop. Probably best not to message me on Instagram because I've turned off my messaging. I can't cope with all these beautiful women contacting me wanting love. They keep messaging me, so I've turned off the messaging just to stop it. Anyway, I'm a happily married man. So yeah, all you women, stop messaging me, asking me for my love. Sorry, I waffle on. What have we got? Oh, we've got some suspension parts as well. So hopefully before this water pump turns up, we might be able to fit some shocks. These are rear shocks and some front suspension bushes, which it had advisories on the last MOT. Right, that is it. I've got to go. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers, then. And find it informational. What? Good information. Informational. Oh, I'm really sorry. Ow! I think we need to start this again. That hurt. There really isn't a lot of room under here. I'm blind. Undo the dipstick. And then yes, I don't know what I've said. Do you know what? I've forgotten. That's bad, isn't it?